Hey, Alan Rose joining us now with a look at weather. We actually have another storm headed this way, don't we?
We do. And here's the good news timing-wise. Friday looks good. Friday night looks good as well. It's Saturday morning. That's the time we're pinpointing for the umbrellas to come out, the rain showers to move quickly through the area. Now, highs today were the warmest of the week. We saw highs up near 70 in Ventura. That was the warm spot. Santa Barbara today at 66 and Goleta topping out at 63 degrees. Since those daytime highs, most of us have dropped down about 8 to 12 degrees. So we're seeing mostly 50s out there near the coast, 40s though in the valleys, 49 in Paso, Cuyama, and Ojai at 44. Oxnard checking in at 56 degrees. Another check of the winds, fairly light out there for the time being. Now earlier this evening, winds were a little bit gusty across the central coast and still fairly gusty towards Paso, but for the most part, not expecting much in the way of wind activity over the next 24 hours. Take a look at this. This is the satellite radar. We use it to pick up on cloud cover and rainfall. You can see really not much of anything out there. In fact, it's been dry out there since the rain fell back on last Sunday. And it looks like the weekend is the time period that we're again anticipating those changes to the forecast. Now, tonight, the Pacific Northwest, look at this, seeing a steady influx of moisture. This is one of these atmospheric rivers that during the winter months, during El Nino, we're concerned could bring us days and days of rain. That's going to be the case again for that part of the western U.S. Now, for us, it's dry all the way through the next 24 hours. Temps down to the 40s tonight, then back up to the 60s by lunchtime tomorrow. So dry conditions again for your Friday forecast. Looking good out there, but the showers return Saturday as this front gets a little bit of a push from the colder air and moves down the coastline. It's going to bring a few different types of weather elements with it. First comes the rain, though, and in terms of the timing, right around sunrise Saturday, could fall even during the pre-dawn hours in northern areas. Santa Barbara southward, we'll see it mid to late morning, and it's going to be another fast-moving storm, much like what we've seen so many times so far, and that means rainfall totals fairly light, generally around a quarter, maybe a half an inch in SLO County, but should be less than a quarter of an inch to the south. Winds develop late Saturday night, and then Sunday looks to be another blustery and cool day. You'll see plenty of sunshine, so don't forget the sunglasses tomorrow. Another cool start to the day, but a nice and mild afternoon, and then here's the front as it marches down the coast, 4:30 in the morning. Rain developing for the central coast, and right around 7 o'clock, some heavier downpours into the Santa Ynez Valley, into the mountains and the south coast, and by 9 o'clock, still some rain around Santa Barbara, so most areas will pick up that rain for maybe an hour or 2, 3 hours max, and then as the front pushes east, we should see rapid clearing moving in as we head towards Saturday afternoon, except notice again those lingering clouds in the mountains. That's typically the case. So for your Friday, take a look at these numbers. Looking good out there. A great end to the work week and much warmer than how things started. In fact, we started the week with just low to mid 50s, and tomorrow we're up into the upper 60s around San Luis Obispo. Even some 70s in play around Ventura County. 69 for Camarillo and 72 in Santa Paula. Santa Barbara 7-day forecast. The morning rain showers, that gives way to some gusty winds and partly cloudy skies to wrap up the weekend. And then early next week, it's an interesting weather pattern development. Probably not going to see much action this far to the south, but what we're going to notice is that moisture moving right into Northern California in a northwest flow, and I think it's going to bring Northern California and the northwest more in the way of heavy rain and heavy snow. We'll be on the southern end of it. So some of these disturbances could bring us a little bit of light rain early next week, but the better chances from our next front, I'm trying to say, getting excited about it, is until Thursday, Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So next week could be a little active.
Rainy Christmas Day.
Could be a little active. Could be. Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a wet Christmas.
And certainly cool.